Listen up, because the boxing scene is getting spicy as hell right now. Keyshawn Davis just put the whole world on notice after that massive TKO win over Jamaine Ortiz in his junior welterweight debut. This was a straight-up statement. He stepped into the ring and did what elite guys like Lomachenko and Teofimo Lopez couldn't do. He actually finished Ortiz. And immediately, he didn't even catch his breath before calling out the man himself, Devin Haney.
Now that you're taking care of business, how does you and Devin Haney end? How does that fight go?
A knockout.
45 seconds left, kids. Stay sharp, baby.
Bro, I'm real, bro. I'm for real. And put anybody in there in front of me, I'm gonna say the same thing. I'm gonna stop them. Put your money on it.
Straight up, he's telling the world he's coming for the superstar. The crazy part? Haney actually hit back on social media with a concise message. Keyshawn, let's do it.
You called out Devin Haney. You talked the other day, and I told you what Mickey Bay said about Devin Haney and you fight. I talked with somebody that you might know from when you were younger, Coach Sean from Norfolk, Virginia. He told me, you know, when it come to fighting, Keyshawn Davis is just a mean little dude. Like, you can come, you want to box and do all that. He love to fight. Now, I asked you this about Mickey when it came to Devin Haney. Now that you're taking care of business, how does you and Devin Haney end? How does that fight go?
A knockout.
Let's talk about that Ortiz fight for a second, because Keyshawn was moving different. Early on, it was a bit awkward and ugly yard. Ortiz was jittery, moving all over the place, trying to be slick, but Keyshawn's jab was just too phenomenal. He kept him at range, and when Ortiz finally decided he had to stand his ground in the later rounds, it was game over. Keyshawn picked him apart with hooks, right hands, and a nasty left hand to the body in the 11th that dropped him. By the 12th round, Ortiz's left eye was swollen shut, and the ref had to stop it because it was getting hard to watch.
Knockout win in his debut at 140 to cement his status as a top player in the division, and I'm going to turn it over to Keyshawn.
Well, first things first, all glory to God. Jesus Christ forgive me this win. It's been a long time coming, man. From my last fight all the way to tonight, man. There was a lot of twists and turns and up and downs and nights where I just didn't even want to do this anymore. And y'all don't know the half of like how I even got here tonight just to perform. And how I got that knockout is crazy, because I always dreamed to get like a 12-round knockout, like 12 round. Like, that was always my dream. So like, to do it in an opponent like Jamaine Ortiz on my return in front of 20,000 fans, that's God, bro. That's God. I feel like he turned my whole career around. And now it's just continuing to just keep trusting in him. You know, that he's gonna do even bigger things for me. And I'm here, man. I'm back, and I'm better, just like I promised y'all. Also, I promised y'all a knockout.
Keyshawn told everyone he'd get the knockout, and he delivered. He even opened up about the emotional journey and mental struggles he went through before this fight nights, where he didn't even want to box anymore, but he stayed focused, thanked God, and performed in front of 20,000 fans to turn his whole career around. He's back and better, just like he promised us. But the real tea is the history between Keyshawn and Devin. These two go way back to the amateur days, playing basketball at 24-Hour Fitness before they were famous, being around Shakur Stevenson and Floyd. Keyshawn says Devin never showed him any respect, wouldn't even look him in the eye, acting like he was just a kid. He's calling Devin a bitch ass and a daddy's boy, who's been protected and given everything his whole life. He's straight up blasting the Haney camp, saying Devin lacks power and that moving up in weight hasn't changed a thing. He even called Devin soft for filing a lawsuit against Ryan Garcia over that controversial fight. Keyshawn is like, bro, you got hit by a guy with 0.1 estrogen who is getting tired in there, and you're taking legal action instead of taking your L like a man? He thinks it's weak and unbecoming of a true fighter. On the other side, Devin's not just sitting there taking it. He's saying he proved he has a chin and heart when he got up 3 times against Ryan. He says resilience is what makes a great fighter, not just avoiding getting hit. And look, even legends like Andre Ward are backing Devin, calling him the truth, and one of the most technically sound fighters in the game today. Ward thinks Devin has the advantage because he's been at the weight longer and isn't sucking himself down like a skeleton. But Keyshawn isn't trying to hear any of that noise. He's already in Bill Haney's DMs, talking about making the fight happen in 2026 or whenever the money makes sense. He's ready to jump to 147 if he has to. He says he'll stop whoever is put in front of him, whether it's Haney, Lewis Crocker, or Dalton Smith.
Devin said, let's do it. You know, I know he's dealing with some legal issues. I don't know what happened. He said he had to turn himself in, but I believe he tweeted like, Keyshawn, let's do it.
He said that?
Yeah, but he tweeted like something like that. Yeah.
Well, you know, Bill was in my DMs. We already was talking about it, honestly, before he even hit the media. So I know it's going to happen in 2026.
And you're good going straight to Devin in your first fight at 47?
If it make money.
He's chasing the stars. He claims Haney's defense isn't even that good and that he'd knock him out in 45 seconds. This whole situation is a mix of high stakes, drama, and top-tier skill. Keyshawn is feeling himself after that Ortiz win, claiming he's evolved with more power and discipline. He's calling out the businessman side of the Haneys, telling Bill to promote the fight and stop acting weird. Whether you think Keyshawn is just talking hype or he's really the next big thing, you can't deny the scene is heating up. Devin says he's ready. Keyshawn says it's easy work. Is Devin a technical master who's too big for him? Or is Keyshawn the mean little dude from Virginia who's about to expose the champ? The boxing world is divided, but one thing is for sure, when these two finally step in that ring, it's going to be legendary. No more social media talk, just straight hands and business. We're all just waiting to see if the daddy's boy can handle the pressure, or if Keyshawn is going to rise even higher like he promised. It's all about the risk and the reward now.